Hey everybody, welcome to the Happy Harvest Homestead. Come on out, you goats! Today is the beginning of something very good, but also kind of sad. We're starting to sell our baby goats. This year, all of the babies born, except for one, are boys. So that means a majority of our baby goats will have to find new homes sooner or later. The good news is we've already found new homes for all of them. Later today, Horace and Toby are going to a 15-acre farm to be beloved pets to a family with 2 little girls. And sometime later this week or next week, our neighbors are going to pick up our 2 remaining bucklings, Duke and Will, and take them down the road to their farm to be breeding bucks over there. That's actually how we ended up getting Tam, is we did a buck swap. So originally, we were going to take one of their bucks, and they were going to take one of our bucks, because the both of us needed some new blood in our breeding bucks. But they ended up wanting both Penny's good udder genetics and her large teat size, and the genetics of Millie, who produces a ton of milk. So they're swapping one, and then they're going to buy an extra one too. So unlike all the previous years, right away this year, all our little bucklings are being sold, and we don't have to keep them for months and months and months trying to get them sold. Now, some of you who are acquainted with these baby goats may notice that Janci, Tessa's little boy, I haven't mentioned about yet. Well, he's just gotten big enough for us to be able to notice that he, like his sister before him, who was born last year, has 3 teats. He's a boy, but boys have teats too, but they're just like little and stubby and don't do anything. So that's bad. Goats are supposed to have 2. So like his big sister Hope, who we had to sell as a pet instead of keeping her as a breeder, we can't sell Janci as a breeder. So our plan is to keep him and raise him for meat. And then Tessa, his mom, obviously with 2 tries, we can tell she's the one with the problem. Her mom, Penny, is fine. She produces babies with normal teats. The buck we bred Tessa to, who is Janci's dad, Keely, is fine. He's bred with other does, and those babies are fine. So it must be something in Tessa's line, like maybe Tessa's dad had a weird genetic thing, so he passed it to his daughter, and she passed it to him. But it's not some fluke thing like we first thought with Hope. It is for sure a reoccurring thing. So both Janci and Tessa are going to be eaten later this year in the fall, once Janci is bigger and Tessa has stopped giving milk. And then, of course, because Aletha, the only girl, is a girl, and we just so happen to need one more goat, we get to keep her and breed her next spring, and she's going to be hopefully a really good doe and produce lots of milk and have good babies. So she gets to stay here, and Janci stays here for a little while. But other than that, all 4 of the other boys are going to leave us. But today we're focusing on saying goodbye to Horace and Toby. So it is now a few hours later, and the people came and got 2 of the boys, and now they're gone. It ended up being that they took Horace and Janci instead of Horace and Toby. They didn't want them as breeding bucks, they wanted them as pets. So Janci's genetic defect wouldn't affect, his pet quality. He's still healthy in every other way, and his personality's fine, so Janci's now a pet, so we're just going to butcher Tessa this fall instead of butchering her and her son. So now we still have to sell Toby, but our goat herd size has now shrunk by 2. And as I was walking over here just now, it felt so weird not to see those 2 boys. I mean, they've been with us for just like a couple months, but like, oh my gosh, like they become part of the herd, now they're gone. And man, I mean, the people who bought them are wonderful. They have lots of land, and they're going to be free ranging, and their new owners are going to love them. They really did go to a great home, but it's not our home, I mean, we knew from the day they were born they were going to be sold, but it's still hard. And now we just have to coordinate our neighbors picking up Duke and Will, and then find somebody to buy Toby. He'll be a pretty easy sell, though. His milking genetics, with Penny's awesome teats and udder and her milk production, he's gonna make a stellar buck for somebody.